What is up, everybody? Welcome to a stream. I haven't streamed Fortnite in a long time and I really miss it, so we're gonna do that today. And as you guys already know, I'm sure, they have that eye that like appeared, and I've been keeping an eye on it. Nothing's really happened yet. But I had this thought, like, while looking at the eye, the way that it reacts when it's not following you is, it looks around wildly, and the pupil is dilated, undilated, dilated, undilated. And so that made me wonder if maybe this creature is just afraid. Like, imagine being encapsulated in ice, right? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Imagine being encapsulated in ice for however many thousands of years, okay? And you begin to unfreeze and you're alive. And you're looking around at everything that is different. Imagine, like, let's say that this is a dinosaur, for instance. I think it's a cat. We'll get to that. But anyway, say that it is a dinosaur, right? So that would be like prehistoric times is like the last time it had a chance to look around, right? So imagine waking up and you can see, right? But you can't interact. And everything around you is different. Everything is new. There's like flying things. You have no idea what's going on. Like, you don't even know what a car is, okay? You don't know anything. Because, like, all you've known is prehistoric world, you know? And then you're coming into this new world and there's all kinds of crazy stuff, you know? So I think, personally, if this animal is going to attack, it would be on the sole reason that it is terrified. Which makes sense. What other reason would it have to attack us? It being afraid is the perfect way for them to tie that little bit in. So, I was interested in your thoughts on this. I need to say hi to you, though, because you're sitting right next to me. Thank you, Aries, for subscribing. I appreciate it. So yeah, if you guys just joined us, I have this theory that the animal is going to attack because it's terrified. You know, it was in ice for all these years, you know, and it's seeing this stuff for the first time, and it is scared. Wouldn't you be? Never seen a flying car, never seen a blimp, you never seen any of that stuff. You know, you've only seen the prehistoric world. I'm waiting for the Robo Bunny. I need it. When is that coming out? We've been waiting forever. So, like, the story has progressed with the rock people. See, they've got a kid now. Look at it. They got, like, a little rock child. Look at him. They're like, oh, where's the kid? Oh, he's wandering off, is he? That little scamp. Isn't that so cute, though? That's not even the best part, guys. You want to know what the best part is? I'm going to show you the best part. You ready? I don't know if you are. I'm really not sure if you're ready for this. There happens to be another little rock figure over here, and it's a puppy! It's a rock puppy! He's gonna find himself a little rock puppy, and they're gonna be best friends! Oh my god. It's gonna be great. I bet you guys are just so overwhelmed with joy, like I am. I didn't even see it coming. Oh gosh. Yes, there is a creepy eye. Okay, but here's the thing though. I think that the eye is scared because he's been trapped in the ice for like a whole lot of years and junk. And like, that's scary. And then like he comes back. Oh. he comes back to life, right? And all he can do is see what's outside. And he's never seen anything like any of these things. Like, wouldn't you be terrified? Of course he's terrified. Of course he is. So I think that is initially why he's going to attack. But I don't think that he's going to be malicious. I think it's possible that it could start off with us thinking that he's malicious, but then he's not, you know? I think that that's a possibility a lot of people are not expecting and probably didn't think of. But I look at that eye and it keeps looking like it's scared. So my first thought is, it's freaking scared. I don't know if you guys could tell, but like when it's like not focused on a person and like people are just like flying by and it's like, you know, it's looking at people. When it's not doing that, and it's just kind of doing its own thing, it looks like it's scared. So, in my perspective, I feel like possibly the eye is just terrified. It's like, hey, like, this ain't what I remembered. Like, I don't remember these flying, hovering things. What the heck is that? Is it a monster? Does it want to attack me? Like, this thing is gonna be on the defensive. It doesn't know. It's scared. It was in ice for however many years. Yeah, so the kid's storyline, from what we can see, is that he is going to discover this rock dog and become friends with it, right? Like, that's pretty much what we're getting. Because there's a little rock dog in the jungle, and the little kid has wandered off. They're like, oh, silly boy, where are you going, you know? So little boy's going to play in the woods. He's gonna find this dog, and they're gonna become best friends. That's essentially what it looks like is going to happen anyway with the rock people. And, I was wondering if maybe this is something that, like, ties in with some of the other stuff going on the island. For instance, this caddis. Remember, the files say caddis, which means cat in Latin. It's a cat. It could be a cat. I think it's something to do with a cat. Maybe a catfish. Could be a cat squid. They can make whatever they want, honestly. They can create whatever creature they want, but they love to troll us. What do you think would be a great way to troll us? Like, making us think a monster's gonna attack, and then it ends up just being afraid? That could be something. That's honestly that could be something, in my opinion. The fact that the storyline for the rock kid is that he's gonna go make a new friend with an animal. And then we just discover that there's an animal in the iceberg. That leads me to believe they're telling us it might not be an enemy. Which is a possibility that maybe we're all looking right past. We're all thinking, attack, fight, like, we're gonna have to wipe this thing out. But what if we end up not wanting to? What if this ends up just being a cinematic creature and there's something else? Do you know what I mean? Essentially we could potentially fight it. I mean, that's always an option. It could be a thing for sure. But what if we have, like, what if there's like an option? Like, they've had us do voting. They've had us do testing multiple servers attacking things, right? So we know that they have efficiently tested both of those things. What if we have to make the decision to either terminate it and attack it, or to try to tame it? What do you think people will do? I think mostly people will try to attack it, but like, what if we have the choice? What if we have a choice? I'm just trying to put together all of the things that they've been testing, okay, right? Like, because they're testing these things as we go through the seasons, and we're noticing it, and we're wondering, why are they doing this? Why are they testing, you know, multiple servers attacking rocks? Why else would they do that? It's because they're testing, and then they did it again with the runes and everything. And a few other things, where everybody just has to attack until it's gone, and then in all the servers it'll appear gone, you know? So, and then we just did a vote, a worldwide vote of what weapon to bring back. But now people are saying if Greasy Grove comes back and those vending machines are active, we're gonna have the bounce pads. We're gonna have a bunch of other things because those were frozen in the ice too. And if you break the walls and you look at those vending machines, they actually have all vaulted items in them at this point. So if that is the case, what was the point of our voting? To test something. To test something. So my theory is that perhaps maybe this is going to be a little more interactive than we thought. Maybe it's a little deeper than we thought. Maybe not. I could be wrong. There's always the possibility I could be wrong. But I'm just telling you, these are some things I'm noticing that we can all observe, that we have observed. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. We'll talk a little bit about it as I stream, but I think there's something to that. Something to do with bacon is coming. And I've been saying there's gonna be a pig skin. I've been saying it. Or maybe a pet. A pig pet would be super cute. Yeah, I would buy that. But I'm just saying, there's lots of cool things coming. We need to start looking at it in a way that a troll would. Because Fortnite loves to troll us. What would be the perfect way to troll us with a monster other than letting us think we're gonna fight it and then we're not? I mean, it's possible we could fight it, but it's also possible we could have a choice. It's interesting. It kind of is like, what would we do in a real life situation? Like, would we attack it or would we try to let it live? And if it's peaceful, we're cool. Like, it's a hard decision. Most people would just decide to probably kill the animal, you know? It's too dangerous. We don't even want to try. It's a big risk, you know? But I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Like, what do you think about the monster inside of there? I think it would be really, really funny if it was a cat. I send them stuff all the time about cats. That's why I think the Lynx skin is for me, is because I'm always like, I'll go to their personal Twitters and I'm like, cat skin now. Need it. Now. And then like a season later, we have Lynx and she has short pink hair and hi. But yeah, so I'm just saying, these are my thoughts. I'm curious what you guys' thoughts are on the matter. Because I just think it's like really fun to like have a little theory discussion. But yeah. What if you could befriend it? Would you? Or would you attack? I mean, yeah, it would be really fun to fight stuff. It would. Honestly, it would. But, if this is a crazy large creature, I can only assume there might be more. There might be more. Like, this might not be the only opportunity we have for that, you know? Also, I got this new emote, and it's super cute. If it was a giant cat, would I attack it? No! Only if it was attacking people. Not being nice. But if it was cool, like, no, I wouldn't attack it. I'd be like, what up, cat? Like, be my awesome cat friend. Be my large cat, Tyson. Yes. Could you imagine being Little Spoon to a giant cat? Yeah, those would be good cuddles right there. That's something to look forward to. Hey, Ben. Would you little spoon a giant cat?
Fuck yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Me too. You'd big spoon a giant cat. Wait a minute. How does one do that? Will.
And consent.
And consent. Yes, always consent. You must always get consent when spooning large cats. It's very important. Yeah! Yeah! Oh yeah. Okay, I'm improving on my bow game. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I have a theory about the eye. I think it's scared.
Scared?
Yeah, like imagine being encapsulated in ice for thousands of years. All you know is the prehistoric times. And like, then you wake up and you have no mobility of your body whatsoever. And all you can do is see out one eye, and all you can see is just like a bunch of crazy stuff you have no way to conceptualize in your mind whatsoever.
And you're hungry.
And you're hungry.
I think he's gonna break out and just eat the whole game, and then we'll just be like, okay, we're done now.
See, but here's the thing. Have you checked out the Rock family?
I know they just got a dog.
They didn't get the dog yet. They have a kid, and the kid is walking towards the woods, and the dog is in the woods. So I think that he's going to find the dog, and the dog is going to become his friend, which makes me wonder if maybe we'll have the opportunity to choose whether to attack the creature or to see what happens if we don't attack the creature. Because remember how they had us vote for all those vaulted items?
Yeah.
Well, if they bring back Greasy Grove, then they will essentially have back a lot of those vaulted items, in which case the vault event was really not for any point whatsoever other than to test a voting system. Because Greasy Grove's vending machines have also been frozen in time, and if you break the walls and you look at the vending machines, they still have all the vaulted items in it. So I think we're gonna have some kind of choice when it comes to the monster. That's just like a personal theory. Like I don't have any other evidence for it, but it just kind of seems that way. You know?
Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
I think there's gonna be something else where we're gonna get to vote. But I don't know what exactly. I mean, it could be related to the monster, it could not. But I definitely think that they're testing these things for certain events and things in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree that there'll be more voting in the future. I don't.
Well, because you know how they always love to
It'll be
troll us? Like, everybody's getting hype about fighting a monster, right? What if we don't get to fight it? You know? Like, I feel like nobody would expect that we wouldn't get to fight it. Like, at this point, everybody just expects that we're going to be fighting a monster, you know?
Yeah.
But that's just based on assumption of, like, what we see when we see a monster, we assume that we're going to attack it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of it from, like, a trolling perspective because I know they love to, like, do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Make you think one thing's going on and really it's something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And they're so different in the way they do things too that it's hard to.
Yeah, like they're so spontaneous in the way that they decide what to do next. So it's like a little misleading, like as far as trying to figure out what's going on.
They're a bunch of jerks. Throwing us off, and it's really cool actually how they do things. I happened upon a thread on Reddit the other day where people were basically like, or someone had some theory, and then somebody was like, basically saying like, no, Fortnite doesn't think that far in advance, blah blah
Oh
blah.
my god.
Like
They
that.
clearly
And
don't
then
pay
all
attention
these
to like
people chiming
anything.
in, yeah, all these people chiming in saying, yeah, this is just a cartoonish, like, there's no consistency, it's just, there's no rhyme or reason to it, blah blah blah. And it's just like, you're not paying attention.
Like they
Or
really
you're just trying
aren't.
to trash talk Fortnite when you really don't know anything about it, you know, like
Like the whole
but
purpose of the
obviously you don't know
cinematics
anything about
is to build somewhat of a storyline for us to theorize from, you know?
I think there's like way more storyline than we realize, and they can basically put out like an entire thing.
They're just like waiting for us to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, it's just, I don't know how to say it, but
It's wild. Just like the way they, I don't know. Like they're so devious in the way that they think things up and like trick us.
like they could probably do a movie, or maybe even a 2-part movie.
That would be cool.
Seasons 1 through 10, you know?
They really could. Maybe that's the initial plan, is to make a movie. I mean, people would go see it for sure. Like any little kids would go see that, like 100%. But like, could you imagine if they made it like an adult show though? That would be kind of cool. Or like something like that, where it was like more mature rather than for little kiddos.
That'd be kind of crazy. Where did the circle go? We didn't get the dusty divot circle. Too bad.
I'm at the Mega Mall. Oops, wrong way. Is there a right way? I guess I'll just take my right. Oh yeah, I gotta dance on a tomato head. Oh my gosh. I totally forgot. It's a little late now though. The storm has swallowed it. Oh, hey, I'm knocking out these named locations things by using the what do you call this thing? Airwave slipstream.
Yeah. I just hit Salty Springs, like, for you.
Cool.
Try and hit Shifty Shaft.
Oh gosh.
Totally made it.
Okay, I just
Doesn't
need
give me
one
an
more
accurate
named location. Oh
that's
no.
cool. We got it. Fatal Fields is in. Have you been there yet?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh shoot. Alright.
Oh man, people shooting at me in the slipstream. Maybe I'll try to sneak over to like part of a Lucky Landing. I think I have to dance on the tofu dumpling guy anyway. Oh yeah, there we go.
Did you get something?
Yeah, it went off. I gotta dance on the tofu guy though, or dumpling guy. That doesn't count. I gotta be on top. Oh god, and there's people shooting me. Oh god, I'm out of mats. Oh no! Don't boombo me, I'm doing a quest! Have some mercy. No! Where are they at? I don't know where they are. I don't want to fight you though, bro. How do I dance inside of a head? If it's not holographic. me! I don't. Why does this person want to fight me so bad? Oh my god, they're following me. That's how obsessed they are. Ugh, I don't have a shotgun. I could have totally wiped the guy out. Yeah. If I had a shotgun. But I don't. I can hardly hear you.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I need a better shotgun. I have one, but it's not a good one.
Ooh, I see a chest and I'm going for it, but I might die. I'm probably gonna die. Could really use a shotgun about now. See what? What? Nobody looted this at all? The hell? Well.
Bumbo? Yes, please.
Ooh, lucky. I'm getting better at using that. I finally figured it out. How you gotta like hold it down. I didn't know you could do that. I was like, I suck at this. But that was why.
Makes a lot of sense on a controller when you're holding it, because you're like, it's almost like you're pulling the bow and then you let go of it to fire it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it makes more sense now. Now that I know how that works.
Yeah.
I was like just shooting them
It
all
took me
floppy
a
and junk,
second.
and I'm like, what is wrong with this thing? I didn't know that it would like function that way. I didn't know I could hold it down.
Yeah.
It's way better. Ha! Spider wizard? Spiders should not be wizards. I have to land there. But that's where the eyeball is if you wanted to see it. I don't know if you've seen the eyeball yet, but
I've seen videos. I haven't actually been by there in the game.
it's like pretty cool. It's humongous. Like one of the skins is probably about the size of the height of its pupil when it's really, really small. But like, yeah, we're like not even the size of its pupil when it's like not dilated or whatever. It looks crazy. It's huge. Oh, I hear a heartbeat. Oh wow, that's loud. I'm sorry you're scared. I will be your friend. I will dance for you. He's watching. He likes it. Oh! He blew me away! I was standing really close to him dancing and he blew air at me and I jumped back.
Yeah, he didn't like your dancing.
You don't like my dance? But it was for you. It's like hula hoops. They're pretty cool. You may have never seen one of these before, but it's a pretty neat device. I'm gonna send the message of love to this creature. It's like, I don't understand. See, he likes that one. He didn't blow me away that time. Oh, I tried to bust the ground with my jump pound emote, but it didn't work. If this were a movie, my skin would befriend the monster and we would be best friends, and then everybody would try to kill it and I'd be like, no, he's my friend, and they'd be like, he's a monster, and I'd be like, he's my friend. Yeah.
Yes, we're friends.
So apparently somebody went under Greasy Grove though, and like none of these houses are built underneath. So I don't think they plan on bringing back the same Greasy Grove. They might bring back like a futuristic Greasy Grove. Oh, I already checked this house, did I? Losing my mind. So yeah, like in the files, that beast is named Caddis, which is Latin for cat. It's gonna be a kitty cat. You all just wait. It's gonna be a beautiful kitty cat. You're all gonna be trolled. You're all thinking it's gonna be a dinosaur. And then it's gonna be a cat. And you're all gonna be very confused. I'm already confused.
Yeah, I was about to say.
There's also a file called Doggus, which makes me wonder if it's like a cat dog. What if it's a massive cat dog? Oh my god. Yes. I would little spoon to that anytime. I don't know. I was like researching to see if maybe there was some kind of mythological giant cat of some kind, and literally like the only thing is that Yule cat. Oh. That's like a Christmas thing. It's like a giant cat that comes to punish you if you don't buy new clothes during the holidays. It's like a real thing. It's actually pretty hilarious. It's like this fashionable cat that just cannot stand if you don't buy new clothes during the holidays. He'll come and get you. Better look out. I don't know if it's gonna be a cat or a dog or a dragon or a dinosaur or what. It looks a little reptilian around the eyes, but it is called Caddis, so who knows? Maybe it's a cat lizard. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. Maybe it's a catfish. All that we know is the name and that it's there, and it looks pretty terrified, which anybody would, waking up in a world they've never experienced before. And everything that they knew is gone. He can't even move his body, or she cannot even move their body. They can't do anything but see through that little eyeball. Not little eyeball, maybe I should say huge eyeball. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just scared. I think anybody would be scared, and I just think it's an interesting scenario to throw in the idea that possibly Fortnite could be trolling us. We could think it's a dragon and it end up actually being a cat, and then everyone would be like, what is happening? And Fortnite would be like, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. And yeah, that's a possibility. That could always happen. I think that with the different things that they've been testing in the game lately, it kind of seems like we're gonna have more options to choose things. They really like doing this voting thing now, and I don't know why they would test that otherwise. But what if we have a chance to help this creature as opposed to fight it? Would you rather fight it, or would you take the risk? I'm curious to know what you guys think, and also think about my theory when you watch this video while I'm gone, and I will be right back. So yeah, I was just saying that this is a very weird skin. Like, if you just, I was just saying, like, first of all, they put this, like, thing right on her boob, which is, like, a little bit awkward. And then, I don't know what's up with the headband. I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, I'm alright with, like, the head. Like, that's pretty punk rock. I'm cool with that. But, like, and even the jacket. The jacket's fine, too. But for me, it's like, look at it from here. Imagine this is gone. Just, like, that part's gone, okay? This is the new head. Just imagine for a moment. Just look at it. Just imagine. Like, just put your hands over her head. Like, that's what yeah. Like, that's really scary. I'm scared. Is that what's in the iceberg? Like, what's up with this face? What's up with the face? Unbroken Sight, part of the Takara set. What does Takara mean? Takara. We're gonna find out. Takara definition. Meaning treasure or jewel. So, this is the jewel set? Jewel set, I guess? Treasure jewel set? I just don't know how to feel about the bodysuit part of it. Like, everything else is fine. Like, I can even maybe get over the weird face that makes it look like the back of her body is the front of a body. But, like, I just don't know how to feel about this. I could see that. Okay. The gaze of Orpheus derived from the antiquarian Greek myth of Orpheus and Eurydice. Following its descent into the underworld, Orpheus disobeys Hades and Persephone's condition for the release of his wife, Eurydice. Okay, so this actually goes back to before, when we thought the original person who was trapped in the ice was Persephone, because I was connecting it to the mythologies and how she was actually kept in the underworld by Hades and forced to marry him and be his wife of the underworld, and she didn't want to. And I think Orpheus or Eurydice, one of them, I think, was the actual. I'm very confused. But anyway, Persephone was kept underground, and while she was underground, because she is like the goddess of like nature and like light and stuff like that, they basically had none of that while she was in the underworld. So like the whole world just kind of died. Like, it didn't die, but like it was like a cold place and things weren't growing the right way, and like it was portrayed as like, you know, without her the plants just didn't feel like they had a reason to grow, kind of a thing. And so I thought, like, oh, like when she's released, like that will be the nature element person, and that she would, you know, bring back all of the area, that little area, with like greenness instead of like Polar Peak, which is like all ice. And I was like, oh, that makes sense, because like spring and everything. But now they've taken this same thing, and I'm finding it relating to this back bling. Same story. Excuse me, I am burping, and it's really gross. But yeah, like, I just feel like they're trying to send a message here of, like, maybe something that's gonna happen. The underworld is a common thing that we keep having come up. And actually, the I Ching that was on the Ouroboros male skin, he actually was like, he actually had like the I Ching on his outfit. I wish I could show it to you, but I don't have him. He had an I Ching on him that basically said heaven and earth, and like, something about, what was it? I'm gonna save this page, but it's like, I'll know the I Ching when I see it. Yeah, it's the H. So, we're gonna click on that one. And this is actually, which hexagram is it? It is hexagram 62, and hexagram 62 says this. It is named the small exceeding. Other variations include preponderance of the small and small surpassing. Its inner trigram is bound to the mountain, and its outer trigram is a shake of thunder. Bound to the mountain and a shake of thunder. Sounds pretty accurate. I mean, the storm, shake of thunder. Bound to the mountain. It is bound to the mountain. The monster is bound to the mountain. The iceberg. There used to be like a whole storyline for it, though. I think I have to look it up. Hexagram 62. Okay. So, the action is conserve. I once had a sparrow alight on my shoulder. For a moment while I was hoeing in a village garden, and I felt that I was more distinguished by that circumstance than I should have been by any opulent I could have worn. I don't know what that's about. Weak force is more powerful than gravity. The smallest life forms are the most successful. Appreciating what is small is called enlightenment. Apparently it's a underlying cause. That's the underlying cause. Something about maybe this is crazy, but maybe they're talking about how they brought in all of the like windmills and stuff like that, like how we're not appreciating the little things like about our Earth, and how they've kind of like taken that into Fortnite and been like, hey, like we're even gonna be like pretending there's climate change in Fortnite, and we're putting in these like energy windmills, you know? There's also been solar panels on top of some of the government buildings, polar buildings, whatever you want to call them. So that's interesting. And it also kind of goes with like how he was like stuck in there for so long. Like the last world he remembers was probably like green and nice and like, I don't know, whatever world it comes from, you know? And now it's looking around and everything is industrial and there's things flying in the sky and there's all that kind of stuff. In small exceeding, the flying bird brings you the message. It is not well to strive upward. It is well to remain below. Great good fortune. If you are able to keep a low profile and stick to simplicity, you will succeed. Since small lines surround two yang lines, there is not a lot you can do in this situation except concentrate on the small matters and wait before making your move. And wait before making your move. This is the hexagram 62. This is reading at a glance. And it goes really well with my theory about us possibly having the opportunity to not attack this creature. Which is really interesting. I'm kind of blowing my own mind right now. Imagine. The hidden influence of critical mass also shows a type of instability that is going through transition where adjustments are required. Rather than take action, you might want to adjust the changing time and conserve your energy, is what it says. Inner truth as the underlying cause was a time to test your vision and ability to be centered in interactions with others. It was a time to be learning about trust, or establishing trust. Now you are called to step out of your normal routine of pushing your way out into the world and stand beside yourself as a witness to unfolding events. Imagine you're this creature, right? And then I'm reading this, which is on that I Ching that is on that skin. This is what that I Ching means, okay? This is as good of a translation of any as we are gonna get of the symbols that are on the I Ching that is on that skin. So just for a moment, consider the fact that they actually thought of which I Ching was going to match this creature's situation the best. And not just this creature situation, but also the situation of the island and of the actual real world in general. Like, I see you, Epic. I see you. Good fortune comes from witnessing the small things that are normally missed. Now you are called to step out of your normal routine, pushing your way out into the world to stand beside yourself as a witness to the unfolding events. Don't think about where you are going. Look around you now to see where you are. Not striving means not trying, but simply doing. It means not looking so far ahead that you miss what is unfolding for you now. Striving upward is rebellion. Striving downward is devotion. Devote yourself to the work and the rewards will come in time. There's a whole, that's not even like a quarter of like everything it says. I Ching yourself and go through it. It is right here. I've just been looking into a lot of the mythology stuff because it like really ties in with Fortnite in a lot of ways, and I've noticed like just little things because mythology honestly was something that really interested me in high school. Like we were reading like the Odyssey and just like the required books that you had to read about Roman and Greek gods and stuff like that. I thought it was really interesting, and I always thought that it was really cool that they had like different gods assigned to like different things. It just kind of like makes each individual god like more interesting, you know, because it's like, you know, they're not just like another person on the list. Like they have their own thing going on and they represent something entirely, which I thought was like kind of neat. And it connects so much to like all these different things, like not just Fortnite, but like lots of other games as well. And like just like, I don't know. There's a lot of ways that you can take mythology and relate it to different things, because in all honesty, like most mythology is stolen from other mythology, and you know, that's kind of how religion, ancient religion works. Like that's lots of different religions have different things like from other religions because they were originally stemmed from there. So a lot of those like ancient belief systems and stuff are very connected, and it makes them able to kind of like make more skins and more storyline that connects, that you normally wouldn't think connects, but like if you look into like the history or like the mythology of it, you're like, I see what you did there, you know? Like for instance, the banana, who, if you guys didn't know, bananas were cursed by pirates and sailors because bananas would ripen so quickly, and bananas were basically like a death threat because if they would ferment way too far while they were on their journey to deliver these bananas, first of all, they wouldn't get their money. Second of all, they start emitting fumes which actually would make sailors sick, and people would start vomiting on the ship. It was literally fatal. Like it would give off these nasty fumes, so they would have to like throw it overboard. And when they throw it overboard, then they've just wasted all of their time and their money. So like people who were delivering bananas would have to deliver them super quickly, and they weren't allowed to make other stops or fish or anything. So like a lot of the time, bananas were seen as cursed, because like if you had them on your ship, they were like, oh, like you can't stop, you got bananas, like, or like, oh, I'm sorry, you're delivering bananas, that sucks, you know? Like that's kind of like probably the banter that went on with that kind of thing, because that's pretty much how things were with delivering bananas from one place to the other. And that's why the banana skin was so funny for them to throw in there with the pirates. And also, I had a theory that the banana would become the actual victor, but I was wrong. He became lunch. So there was that. But yeah, also the fact that he ripens throughout a match is really interesting because of that fact. And the fact that, you know, sailors saw it as a curse, like these bananas were cursed because they would ripen so quickly, you know? And so it's funny that they would make the skin ripen throughout the match. It makes sense. But like at a normal glance, you're like, that, like why though? Like that's cool, that's smart. Like, well, how did they think of that? But like it's actually really simple if you think about it. And there's lots of things like that. Especially with like the Aztec stuff too. Like I feel like the banana was the perfect placement for young men or children in that storyline becoming the victims of volcanic sacrifice and other ritualistic things that are not good for young people or anyone really who don't want to die. So yeah, I see absolutely why they would choose a banana as the character for that. It really works in a lot of crazy ways, and yeah. Yes, Peely is way more dangerous than you think. Do not be fooled. But yeah, I love this stuff. I think that it's super interesting, and every single time I find something that like makes sense, I'm like, like mind blown. Because they really go, like, you guys, like, if you haven't been looking into this, Fortnite goes so in deep on these things. Like, they find every single historical, mythological, like, even just archaeological way of, let me rephrase here. Okay, so, like, even the obsidian that we're seeing, like, the obsidian island, the black glass reflective island, that even comes from the Aztec mythology stuff. Like, all of it. Like, everything. Down to, like, the rocks that they put in the game. The guns. Everything. Everything ties in with these mythologies and histories. It just blows my mind. Like, they have to have somebody specifically working on tying these mythologies together, because it is so good. Like, I don't even know if people really realize the length they go to. It's insane. Like, there has to be some kind of like cool storyline that they have in their minds already thought up that goes with all this, because I don't see any other reason why they would go to this extent of research for the game, you know, because they don't really need to, but it is very cool that you can look this stuff up and maybe decipher for yourself what's going on with it, you know? I don't know, it's so cool. But yeah, you guys should check out that I-Ching I posted, because there's like 3 pages more of like everything it says, but yeah, it goes line by line too. So like it gives you like the advice first of like what that I-Ching means, or that hexagram means, and then it goes line by line of like what each line individually kind of represents. So yeah, it's really cool, really interesting, and I want to know like what you guys' thoughts are on all of this, because stuff is getting really weird, and I really think that that's the gaze of Orpheus now. Like, they managed to make those go together. The gaze of Orpheus. I'm gonna have to look up some other gaze stuff, like, and see if there's like a Japanese story that is similar, because I bet that there is. Seriously though, like, I just thought of like caddis actually being a cat and like it batting us around with its paws, like I could be up for that. Like, please do that. Like, you know how they just like oh, that'd be good stuff. Gosh, that was rude. Oh, oh! Jeez. Scared the crap out of me. Was not ready. Dang it. I've never sniped somebody on a zipline, but I have a dream that one day I'll do it and it'll look really cool. So,
Who was it? It was.
They think that it may be a little bit more R-rated. So I am going to end the stream here, but if you guys would like to check out Jumpy, he is on Facebook, and you can check out his page. Also, if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I'm definitely going to edit it so that you guys can see the theories kind of cut down and everything. But yeah, that's about it. Make sure to use my code in the item shop, the Peachy Fiend. Check out my merch down in the item shop. Which is linked below. Wow, words. Also, you can join as a member now. I have an official video on my page if you guys would like to check that out. And that's about it, guys. I love you. I will see you in the next one. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single stream or video that I put up. Alright, I'll see you guys later.